tap that dot 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 in the upper right hand corner, and then basically this brings up the safety screen. I'm going to scroll down here till you see the auto return altitude, until you see flight protection, max altitude and max distance. So max distance, I like to set usually, bring this down to just a couple thousand meters, give or take. So basically if something goes really wrong with the drone, then I know it's gonna be within about 2,000 meters of here. The max altitude, you can see I can adjust that. Anyways, with that all set, we're gonna go back here. We're gonna double check a couple things at the top. Number one, we see our battery percentage, that's at 90%. Right next to that, we can see our recording time. We haven't started recording yet. Next to that, you see the RC at full signal strength. Next to that, that red stuff is the obstacle avoidance sensors. Because we're on the ground, it hasn't engaged those yet, so that's totally fine. Next to that, that 27 is the number of GPS satellites. Always wait till have about 13 to 14. At that point, it'll change from orange to white. Below that, you won't get an update of the home point. So it updates the home point so that if something happens where the drone gets lost, lose signal, etc., it'll always fly back to you. And I'll show you that in just a moment. And on the right-hand side at the bottom, we've got a bunch of photo, video stuff that I'll talk through in just a second. Now to take off, it's pretty easy. You'll see on the left-hand side that takeoff button. We're gonna tap that once, and then we just go ahead and long hold down the takeoff button, and it'll take off the drone. You see how it spins up, and it'll take off to about 1.5 meters or about 4 or 5 feet. So you can see it's hanging out right there.
Hey, a quick note as I edit this, you're looking at the screen recording, which is a much lower resolution. Here and there, I will show you the full 4K video files, and I'll label that in the corner, but that's why things look a little bit low resolution and blocky, because it's a live recorded session from the controller, so you can learn as part of the tutorial. Make sense? Good.
Now normally as soon as I take off, I get the drone up and out of the air. So I'm gonna do that now by pressing the upper left-hand button to fly up like this. So we're gonna go up. So all I'm doing is getting up out of the way from people and things like that.